The Think 2030 report overview of science policy response for a sustainable future for Europe addresses and provides a set of orientations for strategic responses and engagements. I fully agree that SDGs should be integrated in the legislative toolbox and that working is needed across European Parliament committees. The idea of a European Parliament intercommittee working on SDG will be crucial. Challenges are multidimensional and interconnected. For the sake of history and justice, I must begin to stress that the Treaty on the Functioning of the European Union, in its Article 11, stipulated that environmental protection requirements must be integrated in the definition and implementation of the Union policies and activities, in particular with a view to promoting sustainable development. This brilliant provision makes clear that the achievement of sustainable development is the ultimate aim of integrating environmental considerations in all European Union policies. The legal and conceptual terrain in the European Union is clearly prepared to accommodate the fields and missions related to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 based on scientific evidence. At the turn of the 19th century, humans became the main transforming force of the geology of the planet. Decades of population and economic growth and industrial innovation in the 20th century led us to the cross of at least 4 of the 9 planetary boundaries. Science and innovation was largely crucial for the condition we reached. And while many of these changes in these programs may seem regional, and there are certainly regional challenges, the fact is that the need to address the human impacts on any component of the planet, either terrestrial or marine, no more depend primarily on political boundaries. And the response must be led by shared concerns. Global governance and shared knowledge are the cornerstones of action. The principle of global concern calls for a global cooperation that transcends largely our terrestrial frontiers and the frontiers of European Union land. It is thus rather worrying to see the rebirth in Europe and beyond of nationalistic and populist drives, including inside the European Parliament, confrontation and criticism to some fundamental pillars of the Treaty of the European Union and crisis on common policies. It is important that we recognize that the progress towards sustainable development has all to do with reducing development asymmetries in the world. A new value-based approach should provide tools to strengthen cooperation and capacity building with developing states and regions. Sustainable development cannot be a marketing proposal. It has to be a commitment. We should take rather seriously the disparate and contrasting levels of development between regions and countries. The most in risk of deterioration of environmental conditions are the least developed. We have in front of us a long and winding road. The success at the end of the road is far from granted, but will not succeed without strengthening the external dimension of European Union politics. The strategy for sustainable development in Europe clearly requires a strong focus on the underdeveloped and developing nations in our planet.